Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. Today's video, we're going to be talking about the final couple days of this Lunar Titan event. We know every event that's out, we know where all the points are allocated. So you basically know where you stand in terms of this event. So the Lunar Titan event, it has been going on for at least, I think, 3 weeks, 4 weeks now. We have 100 points in the fusion warm-up, we have 100 points in the training event, and then we have 50 points in the Lunar Deck of Fate. There is Ice Golem event going on with 30 points in there. That's pretty standard, nothing super surprising. What is super surprising is the Lunar Deck of Fate. The Lunar Deck of Fate actually gives you a guaranteed Fatalis Deathblade. Fatalis, what is it? Deathblade? Blade Master, sorry. Blade Master. So this guy, I mean, you know, the whole thing with this guy is that he was basically promoted on the official landing page from Plarium, saying that he would only be achievable from shards. So the problem here with that is that he is now no longer only achievable from shards. You can get him in this Deck of Fate. Like I said, the problem with that is people that thought he was exclusive to shards only would have probably spent tons of money to try to get him in the previous 10x event that happened a couple weeks ago. With that being said, as a champion, he's not particularly super great. His kit reads great. He has a great passive. Secret skill is cool and stuff, but like he doesn't hit hard enough. And Plarium has confirmed that this skill is not working as intended. Basically, he's not ignoring any of this. So after they fix that, I don't think they have fixed that yet. After they fix that, he will probably do a lot better. But from initial playtesting, he's not doing very good. But you know what? You never know. Maybe he's going to be okay. If you have him, this is good news for you. But if you don't have him and you're trying to get this guy, I don't know. I don't know what that actually means for people. I don't know. So anyways, guys, what I wanted to say in this video is I'm extremely unimpressed. I'm actually kind of pissed off because of how Plarium basically constructed the ending of this. We all know that Plarium does some tricky things here and there to try to mess up players, get them to overextend, get them to spend resources where they don't want to or don't have to. We have a fusion coming up on Thursday, and it's for a very nice champion called White Queen Ancora. She's half of the dynamic duo with the White King, Narcissus. And she seems like a solid fusion. Definitely want to go for her just in case you ever have the chance to pull White King Narcissus. They seem like an extremely good couple, at least on paper. No playtesting yet, but you definitely don't want to miss this fusion. So with that being said, Plarium doing their best to extract all the resources from you, throws in this Lunar Deck of Fate event with lunar points involved, with Fatalis as a guarantee champion. Guaranteed champion. This poses many problems, especially for me. I think I am probably in a case where a lot of people might be in as well. Basically, I've constructed my points acquisition up to this point, basically to the point where I need to complete everything to get all the necessary points to complete the Blade Master Perfect Soul at the end, because I skipped the earlier thresholds on the earlier summon events. I'll show you guys what I mean by that. Here it is. About 10 days ago, we had another summon event where we had the first threshold for points at about 2350. That was a summon. This is a summon rush, right? And then we had these that's the second tier. So you got 50, 150, so 100 here, so 100, 150, you can get it for 2350. So I stopped at 2350, thinking that I could save some shards here and then make them up with other events later on, because I have resources that I can spend outside of shards. And then the secondary threshold at 4100 gives you an additional 150 points. That would have been only an extra 4 sacred shards at this point. So this error on my behalf has basically led me into this brick wall that is this Lunar Deck of Fate, which has never happened before, where they freaking gate these Titan points into this RNG festival like event. The problem with this is that when you enter the Deck of Fate, unless you plan to open all of these, you cannot expect to get anything guaranteed. None of this is guaranteed. None of this is guaranteed unless you get all 40 of those cards. So not only that, you're going to pick up pieces of this fragment, because I believe there's 21 cards associated with fragments only. So half of the deck is basically useless unless you complete it fully, because you want the 100 fragments for this champion. You don't want 90 fragments or 95 fragments of this champion, especially spending a ton of resources to flip each card. So I am stuck in this position where I need these Titan points, but they are gated behind these cards. But there's no guarantee of me ever picking up these 50 Titan points unless I flip every single card or get ridiculously lucky, or even spend the resources to have the chance of getting lucky. So let's say I have the resources to get 20 cards. If I don't get the 50 Titan points in those 20 cards, I effectively threw away resources for 20 cards. Because I don't need any of this stuff. I'm not going to pull shards just for this stuff. And I'm not going to pull shards for 50 fragments of Fatalis and then or 10 points or 20 points of Titan points. It doesn't make any sense. So it's all in or nothing on this. And to me, this is my decision. 100%. I'm out. That's it. I'm out. I'm quitting. Like, I'm totally quitting this this Titan event. And it's absolutely because I got stonewalled by this Lunar Deck of Fate. It's because I'm not willing to basically sack all my shard resources into potentially not getting what I need, which is the 50 lunar points. And I do not feel good about spending 20 cards worth of resources, for example, to get 50 Titan points. All because I made some massive mistake 10 days ago where I could have just spent 4 extra sacred shards to get 150 points, and then this whole situation is totally mute. So I have extreme regret, basically not completing the first summon rush, basically trying to save 4 sacred shards. Now I have, I could compound my mistake significantly by basically spending all my resources trying to flip these cards. I do have resources to spend. I've saved 11 sacreds. I can spend it all. And I will get every single card for Fatalis and get the Titan points. So if I spend everything I have, I can get Fatalis and I can get the 5-star Zinagir soul. If I don't, I can save it, prepare for fusion, prepare for potentially what I feel is a very strategically placed potential guarantee archer event, which I think they should put. This feels exactly something that Plarium should do, because up until this point, they have not given anything for a guaranteed archer. They've baited it. They teased her in so many 15, 10x's, prism events, basically getting all the people to spend their money to try to get her. And now if they drop a guaranteed archer event, those poor people will obviously spend for a guaranteed archer up until this point if they haven't got it already. And if they don't have her, then Plarium is a hero for dropping such a great event for such a great champion at the end of this Monster Hunter collab. I 100% think they're going to do it sometime in February. It's only the first week of February right now. I 100% think they're going to do it. And it makes sense financially, because this is their this is their final lap to try to extract as much back from their investment, obviously. So for me, I'm extremely, it is what it is. It is what it is. I feel like I've sunk a ton of resources into this. Basically, what I've sunk into this is basically 4 sacreds from the initial summon rush, and then 8 sacreds from the most recent 2x champion chase that just ended. So 12 sacreds I've sunk into this event. And ultimately, what I will probably end up with is everything here, except for the 5-star Zinagir soul. It's a decent amount of rewards, not gonna lie, it's a decent amount of rewards for 12 sacred shards. If you think about 12 sacred shards during a champion chase, for example. You might get lucky and get 1 legendary book, maybe 2 legendary books out of it. Well, in this event, I'm looking at a Void Shard, Chaos Dust, Mythical Skill Tome, a Primal Shard. Like, so the rewards are good. Obviously, we're doing other events and whatever in the mix as well. But, you know, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. What is terrible is spending the rest of what I have. The rest of what I have. So a total of 23 Sacreds, 100 Ancients, and probably more. Probably more. Because I know that 100 Ancients and 11 Sacreds is not even 3/4 done, the deck. And to make things even worse, Plarium, I don't know how many things they can really screw people with, but look at this. Look at this. 1,600 per Sacred Shard. They reduced the value of Sacred Shards by 20%. Primal Shards, I believe, was 800 in other Deck of Fates. Void Shards was 350. You know, this is so instead of adding more cards to deck, let's say they went from 40 cards to 50 cards. So instead of doing that, they reduced the value of the shards, because it's basically like, you know, limited edition, void legendary. Yeah. So yeah, that explains the increased cost here. Also, by adding more cards, it gives you more chance at rewards. I mean, you know, that's another thing that they, you know, by adding more cards, it gives you more chance at rewards. Maybe they don't want to give us extra rewards. I don't know. Like, what's the harm in adding 10 extra cards to give us more rewards? I don't know. Anyways, I'm just like, how many things can you pack into one event to make it like a big FU to everyone? First, they hide these stupid lunar points behind this RNG event, which you cannot guarantee yourself getting. So anyone that planned to say, okay, I'm going to skip this and plan to finish all my events, they cannot plan to finish this unless you're going all in for Fatalis. That's pretty much it. You can't plan to finish this or finish these points unless you plan to get this 100 fragments. I think going for this without the ability to finish this is very foolish, and it's not sensible at all, because the chances of you failing to get 50 is actually, like, I would say relatively high. And I would say the demoralizing effect of failing to get the 50 Titan points to complete your 5-star Xenogear Soul and not being able to complete Fatalis will probably lead people to quit the game, to be honest. And I don't really want to be in a position where I'm going to go all in to try to get 50 Titan points so I can feel somewhat better about my, you know, sunk cost investment already into this whole Titan event fiasco. Just so I can feel better with the 5-star Xenogear Soul. Like, at this point, I don't care about the 5-star Xenogear Soul. I'd rather have Sacred so I can prepare for 1, a fusion that I don't want to miss, 2, a potential Archer event maybe in 2 weeks from now. Of course, they're going to jam it into the fusion to make people blow resources even more, or to make people overextend. But at least I will have a shot at getting Archer if that is the case. Anyways, guys, it's just unbelievable. This is the first time where things just didn't go according to plan at all. And usually whenever I do these Titan events, I'm always extra. I always err on the side of caution, and I get my points early, and I usually end up with a little bit extra. But in this case, I'm actually short, and I don't plan on being short. I have the resources, but to spend it on this, it's just not sensible. And it's actually a recipe to just destroy and sabotage your own account. And is it worth it for Fatalis? If it was not Fatalis, and if it was somebody that you cannot live without, if it was an absolute game changer, of course you would just do whatever you can to get it. But it's not worth it. It's not worth it to me to throw away the next fusion, to throw away a potential Archer event, which I think is a high probability. It's all speculation, but I think it's a pretty high probability that Plarium's going to do some kind of event to guarantee Archer, to get people to overextend and spend whatever they have to maximize whatever little time they have left on this collab. I mean, yeah, sorry guys, I'm less like super ranting, but you know, I sat on it for a little bit and I thought about it. Like, I'm super not happy. My alt account actually gets the 5-star Inner Gear Soul. My alt account somehow had an extra 50 points. I think the alt account actually went all the way on the first summon rush, and that's what I should have done. I should have done that. I should have committed the extra 4 sacred shards. I think at that time I was probably short, but I should have committed the extra 4 sacred shards. And yeah, and I would be in a much better position. So, oh, also, I did also pull 4 fragments. So I pulled 4 sacred shards. Actually, no, I did. I pulled 8 sacred shards on this account, 4 fragment summons on this account. So as you can see, the sum cost is massive for this Titan event on my, on my end. And it can be even more massive if I commit to this Lunar Deck of Fate. And I think this is the time where I'm going to pull the plug and say, okay, Plarium, you got me. You basically got me. I can't justify it anymore. Especially with how it will affect my fusion ability. At least, I'll probably be able to finish the fusion no matter what. But it does not set me up properly to do anything else. And of course, it'll be a struggle to even try to finish the fusion, which I don't want to do. I don't want to struggle to do the fusion. I don't want to give up the fusion. And I want to be set up to actually have a chance at potentially a 20 Sacred Archer or some type of another type of path event that they have, whatever, down their pipeline for her. Because I think it's going to happen, and I think we should prepare for it. But yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for listening. I appreciate you all. I hope you guys are not in the same position as me. It's a very unsettling position to have to basically pull the plug so close. But, it's a sensible decision, like I said. So, and since I can't access any more resources, like through a credit card or whatever, I have to be extra conscious of what's going on. So in this case, I'm going to end up with the 6-star Mythical Chaos, or I might not even care about going for that. I might just call it quits at the 1350 here for the powder. But it depends how I feel like in the next couple of days to finish off the trading event. But yeah. Anyways, guys, let me know how everything's going for you guys. Let me know if you guys agree. Obviously, I'm sharing a very negative outlook. And I think Plarium deserves it. I think Plarium deserves a little bit of a negative backlash for this because it's very deceitful. I feel like they pulled the rug out on some people. And even people that plan, like myself. They're just not ready to get slipped on like this. This is the first time ever that it's happening. But next time, I'm 100% going to be more prepared for basically anything from these guys. Anyways, guys, thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate you all. And have a great day. I'll see you guys in the next one.